Tony, just quickly reflecting on that sort of great run against Hibs there in the 90 minutes, good victory. Going into this weekend, have you had time to sort of reflect on that performance and what you want to take from that and push into Hilly?
Yeah, we always do that. We always have our session on the Monday analysing the performance, be it good, be it bad. And we did that, on the Hibs performance, and there was a lot to really like about the performance. A lot of things we can improve on as well, I've got to say, particularly start to the game, that we need to make sure that we're better than that this week, the way we start the game. But I think there was a lot of positives to take. I'd say to the players during the week about finding form through their training. I think as the game progressed, there was a lot of players that showed a lot of good form. So I was really pleased with the level of performance we put in, and now it gives the squad a wee bit of confidence going into the next game, and hopefully we can show that.
Yeah, and obviously it's now, I think it was 2 strong wins out of 3 in your last 3 there.
Mm-hmm.
And do you feel the side has started to find its feet in the league? And obviously we're looking, and we ask you this all the time, and securing top 6. And obviously that's always a goal to look at anyway.
Yeah.
But you're sitting comfortable at the moment, and if that performance, like you're saying, does keep going.
Yeah, it's setting the kind of short-term objectives all the time, and I know you guys don't like it, but we operate very much game to game. But where we are now in the form guide, we've won 3 of our last 6. So, and in the last 3 games, we've managed to score 8 goals. So I'm pleased with the progress the squad's making. I'm particularly pleased. There's a stat, that we've now, in our 19 competitive games, we've now scored 46 goals, which is an average of 2.4 goals a game. So that's good shooting. That's really good attacking play. And somebody told me there that Curtis Main's goal was the 100th goal of my time here. So I think in terms of goal scoring, we're doing really well, but as manager and as a staff, it's very important that we get the balance right. And you see, the best teams, they get that balance, between goal scoring and conceding. And it's something that we're working very hard on. I think we'll always score goals. I think we've got really good players at the top end of the pitch, and we contribute from set plays. But to improve, and to get these consistent performances, it's trying to get the balance between attacking and defending. And that's something we'll endeavour to do, not just this week, but throughout the season.
And earlier this month you faced Kilmarnock at Dundee, and that was a dramatic 3-2 win for you as well. So are you confident of getting that result out of them this weekend?
Well, we've had 2 good games against Kilmarnock, 10 goals in both games, and yeah, we're looking forward to another good game down there. We had great games against them last year. They're a very good team, set up extremely well. So we know it's going to be a difficult game, but we like, actually, we've done well going down and playing there in the AstroTurf, and we've trained in Astro all week, and the boys like playing on it, and it's something that, as I say, we've done relatively well. So we'll go down there with confidence from our last performance, and knowing how tough a task it's going to be, because Kilmarnock at Kilmarnock's a really difficult fixture. But as I say, we've been training on the Astro all week, and getting into the game in the back of a 4-1 win against Hibs, we're in confident mood, and we'll look to take that into the game.
And do you mind just moving away sort of from the game this weekend? If I just quickly ask you how sort of contract talks are going with those you've been in discussions with?
Pleased to say that we've now offered contract extensions to 8 players. And for me, Lyle Cameron, Josh Mulligan, Finn Robertson, 3 young academy graduates at the moment. They're doing extremely well in the first team. So it's important that what you've got in the building, your assets you build, and you try and protect. So those 3, as well as Antonio, Jordan, Mo Silva, Tiff and Harry Sharp. So they're the 8 that we've opened contract extension talks with at the moment. So I think we're doing the right thing as a club, and it's important that we move forward and we try and get that sustainability and that stability about the club, and that's what we're endeavouring to do with this.
And the last one for me, just looking at sort of injury and illness at the moment, is there any update on Julian? Has he been able to come back up?
Julian, I'm pleased to say, Julian will be back training. He'll be back tomorrow, so he'll be back with the squad tomorrow and available for Saturday. So we're pleased. He's been down at his parent club, as you know, and we've been monitoring him down there, and through that partnership they've agreed he's going to come back up again and be part of the squad on Saturday. So really pleased to say that.
Thank you very much.
Hi Tony, just on the subject of injuries, how's Clark Robertson?
Clark, unfortunately, as you know, came off in the Hibs game early on, but I think he caught it early, and with the scan on it, and he's going to be out for a number of weeks, but he will be involved again with the time scales. He'll be involved in the games around about the Christmas period. So it's not too bad, but bad enough to keep him out just now.
Your heart must go out to him, because he's a great guy to have about the place, and he's had a hellish time with injuries, hasn't he?
He has, but do you know what? Again, he's learned from it. And earlier on in the season, he picked up a hamstring injury and it got worse because he played on. But I think against Hibs, he recognised he had a wee tweak there, and he came off early, and that's allowed it to be the length of time it's going to be. But Listen, Clark, like other, the experienced ones I've got in the squad, your Jordan McGee, Trevor Castles, they're a brilliant example, for the young players, and Clark's been fantastic since he came in. And just in terms of his game time, we were just talking last week about how well he was doing, and unfortunately picks up this injury. But listen, knowing him as a person and his personality, and the fact he's not going to be too long, he'll be back again, and he's a huge player in this squad.
Good to hear that. And talking about great influences, Joe Shaughnessy, how close is he to?
Yeah, Joe's another one that he's working away in the background, and there's nobody more diligent and hard working and professional than Joe. And listen, because of the way Joe is, we involve Joe in a lot of, he's involved with the staff now, looking at a lot of the performance analysis stuff and all that. He's going through his coaching badges, so he's using his time not just when he's not on the pitch wisely, because Joe's a wise, he's a young kid, he's a wise old head, and he's a brilliant part of this football club. He's captain for a reason, but when he's not playing, he still has that authority and that responsibility. So he's working hard to get his fitness back. Again, I don't want to put timescales on it. It will be into the new year, but guaranteed that he's working as hard as he can to get back. And when he's not on the pitch, he's helping out with as well.
And just talking about the squad, great to hear that you've offered deals to 8 key members of your squad. I know that you're very keen to extend the loan of Sian Adewumi.
Yeah.
How's things going with that?
Again, we're speaking with Burnley Parent Club. There's a good relationship there. With him and Julian Vetro being here as well. And I think Soon's been fantastic. You need to remember, Soon's a 19-year-old, and he's came from the Austrian League. And again, like loads of players in the squad, the ones I've mentioned, the Scottish ones, Finn's, Lyles and Josh's and ones before that. It's all about improving them and developing them, and Soon very much comes into that category, and I think he's doing fantastically well. I see the improvements in him on a daily basis. I see the contribution he's made to the squad, and the reason I want to keep him longer is because I want to continue that development and see him growing, because I know he's going to have a fantastic future. Soon Adewumi, there's no doubt about it. He's got real talent, but it's getting him through that wee period of development and helping him along that journey, and I think at Dundee Football Club he's at the right environment.
And just on the subject of Dundee against Killie games, terrifically exciting the last few meetings with you going head to head against your pal Derek. What is it that makes these games so exciting? Is it just a case of two good teams going at each other?
I think exactly that. I think it's two good teams. Huge respect for Derek and his staff and the way they set up their teams, and it's just two teams, as you said, that are well set up, with a clear game plan and trying to get one game plan over another, and that makes it really competitive. And I think that's what you see. I don't think either team backs down. Both games, there's been 10 goals in both games, and even last season, the draws that we had, it's really competitive. So it's a fixture I look forward to. Good friend, I look forward to getting a chat with him after the game and all that. But once the ball rolls, it's a really competitive arena, and we'll be going at it again.
Thanks, Tony.
The game against Hibs last week was a little bit different to some of the things that have happened over the previous weeks. Performance hasn't often reflected in the end result, because the performance would be much better. Was it good to get a wee bit turnaround where you got that benefit and get it back?
It was good, but I think more than that, it was important because it kind of reinforces the message that I've been speaking to you guys for weeks and saying that, trust the process. And I can say that to the players for as long as I'm blue in the face, but there comes a time when you say, trust the process, but where's the results from that? And it's good to see that getting reinforced, that when we play at that level, when we put in those performance levels, that's the reward that you can get. So, as I say, it was good, and it's reinforcing the message, but it just makes working the training ground that bit easier, because there's a belief in not there wasn't before that, but that belief and trust is reinforced, I would say.
Billy was talking earlier on about how positive the dressing room was, and even through the run of results maybe weren't as they were, how good it was to be in that dressing room, how positive it was from there. How much of that comes down to you and your coaching staff, that you've created this environment that they all want to be part of?
I think it's important, that that's what we do as a staff. We do create that environment for players to enjoy coming to. There's nothing, you come into work every morning, I love this place, and I wake up and I jump out of bed to get in here, because I love the environment. I love the staff that I work with. I love the players that we work with, and it's a good way to work, and if we can impart that to the players, then that's good. And I want them to have that feeling. I don't want it's the best job in the world for me, football. You know, so I don't want them to come at their work not enjoying it, because it's brilliant. Why would you not? So it's great to hear the players saying that, and the important bit for me is while they're enjoying themselves, they're learning. You know, because and they use this football club as a platform for them to showcase how good they are. But that only happens when they put in the level of work that these players do put in. But yes, there has to be a feeling of enjoying coming to your work, and I'm glad the players are saying that.
This is the second last time, possibly third last, depending on cup football. Obviously, you'll play Kilmarnock this season. Last season as well. I mean, it must be disappointing that you're not playing them every week, because the games are fantastic. They're great for fans to watch.
They're great for the neutral. I don't know how good they are for the old ticker, but no, they're great games to play, and it's great, catching up and going against Derek again as well. And I think you've seen that in the games that we've played. They're extremely competitive, and they're good. I think you need to remember the quality of the games as well. And Kilmarnock are a good side, a really good team, and they're set up extremely well, and they've got a game plan, and as I say, we've got a game plan, and it's just one trying to go over the other. And I think hopefully it'll be the same this week. As I say, it's a difficult fixture, going down to Kilmarnock away from home. But our boys enjoy playing on the Astro. I think, again, because a lot of them are young, a lot of young players are brought up on AstroTurf. Your Lyles and Joshes and Finns and Adewumis and boys like that. A lot of the youth football they come through is playing in Astro, so they adapt to it well, they play well in it. And when we train, as we have done all week on AstroTurf, I see a level of, real expertise, performance on that for the players, and I think they do enjoy it. So they're looking forward to going down and playing on this week. And again, as you say, with the type of games we've had before, it whets the appetite a wee bit.
How good was last night's fans event that you had when you were
brilliant.
out
Absolutely brilliant. And listen, credit to everybody that came out. It was queued all the way around, and it's important that I keep saying about the relationship between the fans and the players, and you see that on match day at the stadium. But out with that, we've got an obligation to the community as well, and there's a lot of brilliant supporters out there, and they were all there last night. It was mobbed, but and the players gave up a large part of their time to make sure they were signing calendars and just having that wee personal touch. And for me as manager, it's brilliant to see that. And I know John's the same. John was at the event last night, and it's good that you can put something back into the community, and it's not just coming to watch football matches.
Going into the game this weekend against Killie, off the back of a great run in 90 minutes that you had with Hibs there, how are you feeling ahead of this game?
No, I'm feeling great. Obviously, we had a success on the last one, which gives us a lot more confidence and a good vibe, a good mood in the change room between the players. So yeah, we are excited and we are looking forward for this game, working out during the week, and just preparing ourselves on the way we are going to play and attack the game for this 90 minutes. Yeah.
And was that the sort of convincing win that the squad could really take away to push on from here?
Yeah, 100%. I think we just need to find good form, 100%. And I think now is the right goal. We have a few good games coming on during the next month or so. Who's going to start in a few days. So yeah, I think it's the perfect time from the Hibs game to find a good rhythm now from the games that are coming now, 100%. Yeah.
And north of the border, how's football treating you and you finding your rhythm up here in Scotland?
No, it's good. It's good. We are just learning, Obviously, as you know already, I've been in a few places and a few countries, and footballing is kind of different. But I think you kind of learn very quick, 100%, and especially a few boys now played in this league for more than a year, a few years, depending on different situations. So, and with all the work that we are doing in training, week after week, month after month, and then you just get into your feet, get into your head, so then you just get used to it, and then you just keep pushing it. And game after game also, you just build on what you are doing, keep building, working on your weaknesses and on the good things that you can do. So every game is a good game to improve on individually, but also collectively. So it's just the mindset that we have, taking every good thing on every game, 100%, yes, to reach the excellence. That's our goal.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Billy. Obviously, one or two results have been not what you would want this season, but how important has the team spirit been in helping you through a bit of a tricky period, then coming out the other side with that excellent win against Hibs?
Yeah, sometimes the good result is just the result of the work that we have done previously. So obviously, as you said, some results that we had were not what we wanted, but from there we can just talk with everyone, with the manager, with the staff, with the players, and see what didn't went good, and from there then we can just react and adjust and to have a good performance as we did on the last game, and hopefully we just keep doing like that. So obviously we had some games that didn't go very well as we expected them to go, but it's not to keep ourselves down and the head down. We're just reacting and having some kind of analysis on how we need to react, and I think it's the best way to go forward and to win games week after week.
And it must be tough being a defender at the moment, because injuries are particularly hard hit defenders, the likes of Clark and Joe and players like that. But you just have to kind of stand up and be counted, don't you?
Yeah, 100%. And even Ziad also is out for a bit. But we need to adjust and to be strong mentally, 100%, because every player that we have is a very good, I would say, very good weapon, very good weapon for the season and for our team. So 100%. So we just need to react and to make sure that we are not losing any more players, and to keep a good mindset for the few games that are coming in. Obviously, hopefully they will come back soon. Yeah.
Games against Kilmarnock, there have been quite a few of them of late. Are you kind of sick of the sight of Kilmarnock, because this will be the third time in 2 months?
Yeah, no, not sick. No, you just take game after game. It's true that we play them now. It looks like he's a bit like consistent, but it's okay. Whether them or another team, it's all right. We just take game after game. We like it like this. If it's like this, it is. If it is not, it's fine. So it's Kilmarnock, so let's go.
What is it about games between Dundee and Kilmarnock? They all seem to have loads of goals, don't they? That's 10 goals in the last 2 meetings alone. They're always really exciting, aren't they?
Yeah. Obviously, this is not what we want. Obviously, we don't want to concede any goal any game. Hopefully, we will not. It is how it was on the previous ones. So hopefully, we are going to adjust on this weekend. Maybe more goals for us and no goals against us. That's the target. So yeah, hopefully, on our side, the goals will be 100%.
Hopefully, indeed. And just finally, you're right back in the mix for the top 6. How important is it now that you string some victories together and get back into that top half of the table?
Yeah, it's very important. I think, as we can see, the table at the moment looks kind of tight, and there's some gaps that starts to happen now. Some teams are losing, some are winning, and I think this is now happening. So like we kind of see how some teams are going, and I think the timing now is very, very, very important. That's why, as I said earlier, the few games that are coming will be very important for us to take as much points as we can, because I think from now and from the next month coming forward, we are going now to see the cap, or I think. So obviously we have a good mindset, and we are just taking game after game and to take as much point as we can, 100%. That's what we want.
Thanks, Billy.
Nice.
We've talked with players over the last couple of seasons here, and every one of them has talked about the positiveness when you go into the changing room here at Dundee Football Club. It's a great camaraderie that you have with all the players there. Over the last couple of weeks, when things haven't been maybe going as well as they should have done, how much of a benefit was it to you to have that as a kind of surrounding, that positiveness all the way around?
No, it's very good, and I think this is when you become more closer. I think sometimes obviously there's different kind of times. Sometimes a very good vibe, very good times, very good games. Everything is going well. Sometimes it's not very as you expected, and this is when now you become more like a family, more like maybe very close to one in another, with the staff as well. So we just need to see how we can come out of those situations, and how this can profit us, and how this can profit the players, profit the staff. So at the end, you just become stronger, and you have a better mentality for the whole season. The season is not just 1 month, it's not just 2 months. It's very long. It's a lot of weeks, a lot of games, a lot of months. So even during the season, you are not just building during preseason, but even inside the season, you are building also on your character, on the team spirit. So every game and every week is a chance for us to be more close, to be like, so to build what we need to build for the whole season, because as I said, the season is not just lasting a month. It's a lot of months, a lot of games. So it just profits everyone 100%, and to have a better team spirit. Yeah.
Do you feel that that's going to benefit you over the coming weeks and months as the weather worstens, when it gets cold and wet and hard and things like that? Do you think that that's something that can benefit Dundee more perhaps than other teams might have?
Yeah, as I said, it just depends on how each team will react, 100%. I think we have a very good mentality in which we keep building every week and even every month. So we just take everything as we have to take, obviously, as we saw on the last game. We started a bit later because of the weather, because of how the weather was. But at the end, we won the game. So I think it was just the mentality that we had. Even the manager spoke to us before we came out and encouraged us. And we just went with a good mentality, good mindset. And at the end, it was a success for us. So, yeah.
Looking at the game on Saturday, so frequently been meeting up with Kilmarnock from there. It's one of these ones recently that just can't do anything wrong. From a neutral point of view, it's a great game to watch because it's so exciting. It's end to end.
Yeah, 100%. That's true. And this is how we can see each, like the mindset of each team and how we're going to fight. And we just love it. I think we just love it. I think the fans love it as well. We both love it. So it's going to be a very good challenge, and we are looking forward to it.